How drunk you is though?
I'm good.
Can I get you right? Let me smack you right quick so you can. Let's say you get right.
No.
Alright, let's get you right,
you gonna
bro.
beat his
Like,
ass, huh?
You gonna sober up, bro?
No.
Hey, you want to do a challenge real quick?
Yeah, sure.
All right, wait, no, it's the test challenge. We're gonna see if you drunk or not. Touch your knees. Touch your feet. Just touch your feet. Touch your feet. All right, no, touch them like, touch them all the way over. All right, this is what. Repeat after me. Repeat. I'm trying to see if you drunk. No, touch your knees. Touch your feet.
Bitch.
No, I'm saying touch your feet. I'm about to tell you.
No.
Why?
No.
All right, you want another test?
Oh,
Sad.
Bat flip.
bro, we trying to see if you're drunk, bro.
Bro, we don't want you driving home.
Yeah, we don't know if we don't want you driving home and shit. You feel me? Can you do the test to see if you gonna pass it or not?
Nope.
All right, bet.
Please don't drive, bro.
Bro, I'm not driving.
You can't do this.
What you do? Like, what you do? Like, what you do for work?
What I do? I can't tell you.
You can't do the test real quick? Just see if you gonna pass it?
I'm not gonna touch my fucking toes and tell you what the fuck I want to do.
You in the
Wait, you gonna fucking tell me what to do?
You in the CIA?
No, I was gonna tell you to say some shit.
You want me to touch my fucking toes and
bro,
say
you
what?
want me to do it with you? Come on, I'll do it with you.
You gonna do it with you?
Fuck you guys. Let's
What?
go in the alley here.
Go
Oh
in
shit!
the alley? What the?
Record this shit. Come here, record this shit.
Hell no.
Record this. You guys think you're funny?
I'm recording it.
Come here.
Nah, why you want us to come in the alley?
Why you want us to come to the alley, bro?
Why you want us to come in the
You guys think you're fucking funny?
Hell no, I'm not coming.
You up out there too?
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Hold on, we out of here, Twin. Hurry up!
Come on.
He's chasing him.
Hey, Trent, come on, keep up.
Oh shit!
I think they did the right thing by not taking him up on the offer of going down the alley, because this guy, I think, would have f***ed him up. My money would have been on this man here. It looks like he's in the military or was in the military. He could be a fighter. He definitely gives off that vibe that he would mess these two up. It's like these streamers go out looking for trouble, and then when people actually, you know, present them with what they're looking for, they shit themselves.
What's the minimum salary you'd like your future husband to make?
At least 6 figures.
What would you like his height to be minimum?
Actually 6 foot. Don't lie about it. Don't lie about it. Actually 6 foot.
His minimum size.
Girth over length always.
She belongs to the streets.
I really don't know what's gotten into me recently.
Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits, you name it!
If you ever think that I'm going out with you and then you pull out Apple Pay to pay for our bill, to tap your card, you're over it. You're dumb. You're crazy. This is the last time you will ever see from me or hear from me.
What a flipping donut. And I don't think anyone's going to be taking her out on a date. So even paying for the date, like they always say, that's an ick. Apple Pay? What an absolute melon, man.
Females want a man to do this and do that. Y'all ain't with that?
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. I'm with it, but it's like you gotta be a go-getter to yourself. So it's like you can't really just be dependent on that one person or whatnot. Cause it's like if you ain't bringing nothing to the table, and you know, it's like shit. What you giving me to look for? So it's like if I know I got the battery in my back to really give me something to let me know, like, all right, you see my vision and you supporting it, you holding it down. Like a man gonna naturally take care of you if you really like on something like holding it down from being behind them. You see the stuff that he see when nobody else don't see it.
If you're the go-getter in the relationship, she doesn't necessarily have to be doing the same. But if she supports your mission, your goals and dreams, and doing what you're doing, you're on the grind, if she supports it and makes your life easier, she does anything and everything she can to make your life even less stressful than it already probably is.
Boyfriend just broke up with her as we're leaving for Fort Lauderdale spring break. Good. That's the best thing he could have done for her and him. He ain't get cheated on and she ain't become a cheater. Amen. God is amazing. If you set a healthy boundary, like for example, if you tell your partner, hey, I don't feel comfortable with you going to a place that's literally known for how lit the spring break be and how many people be getting cheated on there, at least not by yourself. If that partner say, you know what, I don't care, I'm gonna go anyway, screw you, bad. Leave her or leave him. Dudes ain't excluded in this.
Yeah, if your girl is going on a girl's trip with all her single friends to like a party island or a party place where all it is a bunch of drunk single people doing a madness, yeah, that relationship is a wrap.
Back to cheating, bro. This year, that's my goal. That's my goal for 2019.
16 years. How long you been faithful?
I actually wanted to do OnlyFans like a couple years before I ended up starting it, but I was dating this guy that told me he would break up with me if I ended up doing it, so that's what prolonged my journey. Thank goodness we broke up. So to answer your question, no, I would not quit doing it just for some guy, because I think my financial independence and stability is way more important than some guy that I might not even end up being with for the rest of my life. However, I don't plan on doing it for very much longer. Probably the next couple years, and then I'll transition into something else. So yeah, I feel like it won't even be an issue once I stop doing it. But I feel like I have been noticing some issues in my dating life.
Well, no fucking shit.
Because this is my career, which sucks because I'm a cool girl and there's a lot more to me than just my job.
Keep telling yourself that, darling.
Man, what a load of bullshit if I've ever heard it. What a donut. You know, her ex-boyfriend had every right to say that. It's bad enough her even bringing it up or thinking about doing it. That alone is a dismissal right there, mate. And it's all great now. She's young. She's making all this money. Well, I don't know how much she makes, but when she gets older, she's got no kids, no grandkids. She's just got a Christmas tree from Poundland in the front room with 3 cats looking at her like, hurry up and feed me. I don't give a shit about you. You know, lonely nights. That's when she's going to realise, shit. And when she meets a guy and tries to forget about that life, everyone's going to be going, hang on a minute. Ain't this you? Ain't this you here? You know, getting whacked. Crazy work, man.
When you hear your kid crying in the middle of the night, pretend to be sleeping so your wife has to get up. Be a man.
You know, I think that a lot of women have high expectations for men that they've been rewarding for underachieving. And it's real. I think a lot of women have high expectations for men that they have been rewarding for underachieving, right? Like, men move based on incentive. If I have zero incentive to improve with you, then I won't, right? If I can show up and give you bare minimum effort, I can show up and not be considerate. I can show up and not take initiative to take you on dates. I can show up and communicate with you and still get 98 to 99% of the benefits that it comes with being with you. What incentive do I have to improve?
I think if a girl decides to be sexual and decides to settle down, then that doesn't make her a red flag.
Wait, you just said decides to settle down?
Like, I don't know, like if a girl is like crazy in college and like gets with a bunch of guys, but then like later on like wants a family and a husband, like just because she's been with a bunch of people doesn't mean that she isn't deserving of those things.
Well,
what makes you more deserving than a girl that slept with more people?
People of more high value, like men, they choose to be with a woman who isn't promiscuous, like Brian here. So I wouldn't say I'm more deserving of love. I think everyone is deserving of love. I'm just saying, if you can get a bunch of girls, don't settle for a hoe. Settle for a good girl who's going to make your life easier.
Even normal, average men have a strong preference for non-promiscuous women.
Why?
I mean, there's a ton of reasons. First off, having a high body count is a proxy for promiscuity. There's the STD component. The more sexual partners you have, the greater likelihood that you've gotten an STD. I mean, I think a girl who's had one sexual partner is much less likely to have herpes, for example, than a girl who's had 50 or 100.
Yeah, and I think someone's just more desirable. The fact that they have standards and they're not just letting themselves out there in the world loosely, being with anyone and everyone. And this is the thing with a lot of these red pill guys, they'll come on videos like what I do and say, you know, it's good for guys to be with a bunch of women, sleep with loads of women, go out, have one night stands, do that, do this, have 20 girls on rotation. Well, at the same time, they're saying girls with high body counts, girls who have one night stands, all that stuff is a red flag and it's horrible. But these girls you're sleeping with, they're literally that. So it's kind of hypocritical if you ask me.
Well, what will you rate yourself then?
10 out of 10, of course.
That's crazy talk. What will you rate yourself? Probably an 8. 8? I rate you about a good 4.
4?
Yo!
Shoot
10! Shoot 10!
You
Shoot a 4?
Are
you serious, bro? Are you serious? Be careful. Are you serious, bro? Careful.
You got I don't see it.
Yo, I'll beat you right here, bro. Oh, scary. Oh, shiver my timbers.
This guy's intimidation rating on a scale of 1 to 10 is like a 0.1. That was a terrible performance. I don't know what he was trying to do. Trying to be a white knight, Ain't gonna work, mate. I think you bottled that one.
I have a man.
Who is it?
He doesn't live here.
What?
Lives in Michigan.
He doesn't live here?
No, he lives in Michigan.
But you live here?
Yeah, I met him here.
And you're on spring break?
I met him here like in the beginning of March.
That's dangerous. You're playing a dangerous game right now. It's spring break. I don't know.
I know. I'm locked in.
All right, guys. I interviewed that girl, and she said she had a boyfriend in Michigan. Wow, what the fuck is going on, bro? Unacceptable behavior. Like I said, if you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend and they come to Fort Lauderdale on spring break it off.
This girl didn't waste no time. If I've ever seen a red flag in a person, it's this girl. But social media ran its course and it did its thing. The boys were there to back this guy up. The boyfriend saw this because it went viral and he was pinned to the top comment. No way this is how I found out, with 26,000 likes. She thought she was slick or the camera was off and then she got caught in 4K. She's out partying in a bikini with her single friends, drinking, vaping, and we know what else she's doing.
Y'all know what's going on, and so do I.
What happened?
Absolutely nothing. I don't know. I just showed up and I don't know. I don't even know the guy, to be honest with you.
Just rumors?
Just rumors. Nothing happened with me.
Guess what? It's another fall and I'm still single. You want to know why?
Nobody gives a f***.
He called. Imagine being told to pay child support for a kid that is not yours or go to jail. That was the order the state handed down to a Detroit man.
So today, he turned himself in, but here's what happened when 7 Action News reporter Kim Russell went with him to court.
Carnell Alexander walked into the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice knowing in moments he could lose his freedom.
I stayed up all night, couldn't sleep, thinking about it.
Carnell is a wanted man because he refuses to do what the state orders and to pay child support for a child that DNA tests prove isn't his. A child he doesn't even know.
I haven't even had a chance to really speak to him except for one time when we took the DNA test.
Nonetheless, right now, under the law, he's a deadbeat dad. Today, he turned himself in to the judge as ordered.
Scared because I've been before this judge before.
But this time he had attorney Cherika Harris, who volunteered to help after seeing his story on 7 Action News. The judge said he will not go to jail for today.
Thank you. Thank Ms. Harris. And hope that we can resolve this soon.
I'm just trying to help him with his future. Though the threat of jail is on hold, it is not over. Carnell Alexander still owes more than $30,000 to the state for a child that's not his, because the mom wrote his name down because she needed to name someone in order to get welfare benefits.
It's an evil world we live in.
I bet the feminists won't speak about this one. How do things like this even happen? How can any judge look at that and think, yeah, well, I'm going to think about it. You know, you're free to go for today. $30,000 for a kid that's not even his. I don't even know what to say. Guys, let's discuss this one in the comments. This is...
I'm speechless, so I don't know what to say.
I'm going to have you take a quiz to find your ideal man. What age would your ideal man have to be?
Between 22 and 30. You're about to go find out that I'm not going to with the average man. I'm not the average woman, so...
Can they be married or not?
I'd rather blow my brains out, paint the wall, than talk to a married man. He'll just do the same to me. Race?
White, black, or Asian?
I wouldn't discriminate. That was
Alright, how about your ideal race though? Like, I know you don't discriminate,
You're
but
being a bitch now.
Everybody has a preference on camera.
I love Greek men.
Minimum height?
5'10".
Can they be obese or not?
A lot of the things that I like to do have to do with being physical.
What about minimum income?
You could probably make the minimum income of like 50,000. No, genuine. You make me look cheap.
You're being reasonable, which is good.
Fine, we'll go to 60 so I don't look so cheap.
Your probability of finding that man is 1.2%.
It's actually, I actually don't mind. Cat enthusiast?
Yeah.
First off, what the hell is Grandpa doing? But her score, you know, in the 1%, I've seen a lot lower than that. But a lot of people don't realise 50, 60k a year is a lot of money. It is. You know, it's very rare you'll hear a girl not say like 100, 200k. I don't know anyone who makes that much money. 50, 60k, well, in the UK, is a very, very, very good wage. But it's thrown around loosely as if that's like minimum wage or something, or the average income.
I have met this monster once before. 3 years ago, in the dead of night, I hauled one of these giants from the freezing depths of a Norwegian fjord.
The one they tell you not to worry about is always the one to worry about. 2 weeks ago, I made a video about Sydney Sweeney's fiance being the strongest soldier alive at this current time in history. And I take no joy in reporting that not only has this strong soldier fallen, but the prize that he once held dear was swept up by Glenn Powell almost immediately. A month ago, we heard that Sydney Sweeney and Jonathan Davino's wedding was being pushed back. This past week, we heard it was called off. And Glenn Powell wasted no time after hearing this, as he started to like all of Sydney Sweeney's Instagram posts. And then this past weekend, it appears Glenn Powell brought Sydney Sweeney to his sister's or cousin's wedding. There's also reports that at the end of February, they're at the Cosmopolitan. According to this source, the two looked very friendly. And Powell was rubbing Sydney's thigh. That's a very friendly thing to do. That's what I do with all my friends. I rub their thighs. But yeah, these two have been in love since they did that movie. And I didn't forget everybody gaslighting me and others saying, oh, you're falling for a PR campaign. Oh, you have an issue with a man and a woman being friends? Oh, seems like you aren't confident in your masculinity. Have you ever been in a healthy relationship? And the next time your partner says not to worry about a certain person or stop being insecure, just tell them, no, I'm not being insecure. The issue here is you are not securing the relationship.
This person in the comments said exactly what I was thinking. I love how all these girls defending it, but if the ex-husband did this, he would be a bad person. Tired of the double standards. Yeah, I think we all are. And this situation is a good example of, she's not yours, it was just your turn. And it's quite a rare thing these days, these celebrities, are any of them loyal? Because it seems like they'll all be cheating.
It is a man's role to provide.
Okay.
Yeah. If everyone keeps talking about the traditional roles, then
Yeah.
I guess it is a man's job to
So
provide.
if it's a man's role to provide,
Yeah.
will you take care of the house?
Of course.
Okay. So you will cook, clean, support him?
No.
No?
I will hire someone to Exactly. do it. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. If
I sense a bit of double standard
no, but if I can
there. Okay, so
afford
not
it,
cook,
if
clean.
my man can afford it, then why? I'm giving
Okay, so
birth
but
to
what
your
will-
kids,
what-
no?
what-
Obviously, if I want to work, I want to have my own side thing. I would love to, but it's not going to be to bring money in the house.
Okay, so what's the woman's role?
Taking care of the children,
Taking
giving
care of
birth.
the So raising the children.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay, that's fair, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
we
a certain
agree
extent,
with
that's fair. Like,
There's always a white knight every single time. You can't save her, mate. They had me in the first half when they said, like, if they're calling for a traditional man and they're traditional, then yeah, that's fine. But how can you be asking for a traditional partner when you're not? That doesn't make any sense. That's like saying I want a loyal girlfriend, but I can go out and cheat and do what I want. It just sounds stupid. I don't know if they're being serious or it's rage bait, but these days it's hard to differentiate from the two because I see and hear so much bullshit every day. Man, this isn't really a big surprise to me.
If women are looking for financially secure men, what in exchange would be of equal value to a man?
There's probably three big primary things from the Christian perspective that we would want. I think that men essentially want peace in their home. This is a big one that people forget about all the time. The best way you can show a man respect is to understand and anticipate the things that he wants before he even knows that he wants them. And the way that that shows respect and the way that that shows that you love him is because if you can anticipate those things, he knows that you're paying attention to him very closely. So you're the focus. And then the third thing is you have to put him above your own needs and your own desires. And number three is the thing that I think women, at least in modernity, fail at the most. Women are trained from birth now how they deserve to be treated. And men are trained from birth how they're supposed to treat women. But nobody is trained from birth for how they're supposed to treat men.
Well put, Andrew. Well put.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
Yeah, he's not wrong. And I was literally saying this the other day. Like, as a young man, I was always raised to like hold the door open for a woman, open the car door for a woman, you know, get a girl flowers and pick her up and make sure you look after her, make sure you got a job and all this stuff. And yeah, a lot of girls, from what they've told me, they're raised and told, you know, make sure that man has got a job, make sure he's got a nice car, make sure he pays for the date, make sure he treats you like a gentleman. It's interesting how we're raised different ways. It's not the case across the board, but it definitely is in most cases. And I think most of you guys would agree that most of us are raised to be gentlemen, but we think that the world is all sunshine and rainbows and women are going to appreciate that. But as we get older, we quickly find out that that's not always the case. Seems to be a lot of men give too much, and there's a lot of women who take too much.